I wasn't intending on buying any more eyeshadow in the near future, but with a deal of $200 and I get all of these eyeshadows, I thought the deal was too good to resist.
I think a lot of the eyeshadow palettes I've collected recently have sufficed, and now I really don't need any eyeshadow anymore.
So to be honest, it was actually kind of risky buying all these eyeshadows because on the website I couldn't get a refund on any of them. So I had to buy it with the hope that it would work out for me. So you know what? I did a lot of my research. I watch beauty kind of content somewhat regularly, and I have heard only good things about this company. So I thought, you know, why not? $200, this is a good deal. I will get all of them. So the company is VISEART, and yeah, they just do a lot of really good eyeshadows. I think they're French inspired, I want to say, but I don't know if they're actually made in France. Probably not. Yeah, made in the USA, but I think that they're somewhat of a French company. I'm not exactly sure. They are, as the title says, professional makeup. And yeah, well, it says Paris on here. But anyways, I actually got these all the way back, I think in like around Black Friday or something like that. I've only got to it now just because I have had other videos that I was filming, and all those videos that I had around the holidays, those were all like pre-recorded just because I was away. So I didn't actually have time to play with these. So now I've come back, I've played with some of the palettes, and I have some thoughts. I'm really excited, and I'll just, you know, kind of give you a spoiler. It is good thoughts. I don't think I have much negatives really about these palettes. So yeah, the deal was really good. I don't know if, I mean, I got each of them individually, so I didn't get them like all together as a set. I think I added just a bunch of them to my cart, and my cart was around like $200 or a little bit more or a little bit less. I'm actually not 100% sure, but I actually got all these palettes. I think I did get all of the ones that I wanted. I think maybe I might have like missed out on one single one, but that is okay with me because look how many eyeshadows I have to work with and I have to play with. I probably like even more eyeshadows than I definitely need. We'll just kind of dig into each of them, and I'll explain my overall thoughts on the palettes in general. And yeah, the first one I have is the Petits Hesperides. I have no idea. I'll probably put the title somewhere or the name somewhere in the whatever that you can see. The next one that I have is Praline Épicé. I don't know where the container is for this. I had it, I just don't know where it is now. They are really kind of cool. The Petits, they open, well, all of them open similarly, but the Petits do not have a mirror at the top. I think just because it's a smaller component, it didn't have room to fit, although it kind of feels like you could have room to fit like a whole mirror right there. But yes, so the Petits, obviously, as the name alludes to, it has 4 eyeshadows, and I have actually, the reason I'm touching it is because I have the plastic thing still over it. I keep it on there just so the whole packaging doesn't become like kind of gross with all the eyeshadow. But this is the palette that I used today, and I only used, I think, these 2 colors. I only used this one and this one, and this one is the only matte one. I would say personally for me, and this is definitely a personal preference, but I'm leaning a little bit more into the mattes. I don't really use a bunch of shimmery shades. So this one, although I do like it, it is like, my personal preference is if it was reverse. So right here we have 3 different shimmery shades, I want to say. Or they're, I think these ones are a little bit more shimmery. This one might be like a satin with a little bit of shimmer, and this one is the only matte one. So for me personally, I would have liked it if all of the 3 were matte and then they had 1 sparkly shade. That's totally fine for me though, because I think, like I said, I got these all on like a Black Friday deal, so they were pretty inexpensive. Relatively inexpensive, I'll say that. Also, I want to say that the quality of the eyeshadows, I have to say, are really quite beautiful. They are really actually super nice. I was expecting it because some of my favorite YouTubers have, you know, recommended these or this brand, but I was actually very happy with it. And I have like Natasha Denona, which is supposed to be, I guess, like a peak in eyeshadows, but I don't know, something about this, it just went on so nicely. I just pat my brush in a little bit into the matte, put it on my eyelids, and immediately there was like color payoff, and I was like, this is unheard of. Usually I feel like I have to, you know, build it up a little bit. And then when I put on the sparklier shade, I think there might be colors, so maybe I'll put put which colors I use. But when I put that on, I actually did it in not like dark lighting, but it is a little bit overcast today, and I put it on like, you know, kind of in an interior room. So it was a little bit hard to see the sparkles. But then when I went to the bathroom to wash my fingers, because I applied it with my fingertips, I saw the sparkliness in the mirror, and it is so beautiful. It is really nice. I don't think it's coming across right now on the camera, but there is like this light sheen of like sparkles. You know, may not be appropriate for like day to day, but it is beautiful. I mean, who knows? Maybe you are rocking the sparkles on an everyday basis, but this is quite beautiful. I only have the 2 on today. I didn't try the other 2 though. I have so many eyeshadows to get through. Okay, so that is the only 2 Petite Fours that I got, and obviously this one is like a, you know, warm tone, kind of brownish palette. Yeah, this is definitely up my alley. I definitely think the colors like work really well with my complexion. I feel like all these colors are really flattering for me. That is not always the case when I buy eyeshadows, but I really like this. The only thing though, obviously, like I said, I would have actually preferred if it had more mattes than shimmers. VISEART also has so many different palettes to choose from. I think that there's something for everybody. And I also want to say, if you are looking to buy somebody an eyeshadow palette for, you know, the holidays. I know we just passed the holidays, but I'm speaking because I bought these myself during the holidays. I would highly, highly recommend VISEART. I think eyeshadows, first of all, a really good choice if you want to give it as a gift to other people, because eyeshadows, for the most part, they can work on like a lot of people. I feel like maybe if you get like mascara, people have mascara preferences, people have preferences with like lip colors, because not all lip colors kind of really look well with you. Foundation is really, you know, not a good thing to get people because you don't really know their skin type unless you're like really close to that person. But eyeshadows I feel like are a much safer bet. And just because during the holidays, if VISEART had like a really good sale that, you know, some palettes were like 50% off, I feel like these are a smash hit. If you want to buy these for some people, it would be awesome. If I knew how good these eyeshadows were, I probably would have given it to other people in my life for gifts, because it's also like a, I don't know if I would say it's an indie brand, but it is lesser known. Like it's not at Sephora. You can't go out and get it that easily. So, you know, it's a little bit more niche, and that makes it a little bit nicer. And yeah, it's lightweight because it's all made out of, I want to say it's like thick paper, like thick cardboard. So yeah, and it won't smash that easily. Like if you don't drop it, but I feel like if you kind of drop it lightly, I don't think it'll like smash into bits. But yes, this is very nice. I would highly suggest it. So circle back to this 1 year later and during December when it's the holidays again and you want to buy, you know, eyeshadow palettes for yourself or for other people. The other one I have that I talked about was Hesperides. Yeah, that might be the name. This is, as the packaging suggests, a purple palette. So here are the different purples that you can see, that's me. Here are the different purples that you have, and these purples are really nice. Again, I feel like the coloring is okay for me. I think maybe I don't suit purples, but I did want to try a purple palette. Apparently purple eyeshadows are a little bit harder to, you know, formulate, but I thought if anybody could do it, maybe VISEART could. And yeah, I just love how VISEART has so many different color palettes for everybody. And yeah, I'll go through the rest of the ones that I picked up so you can see the variety in the palettes that they have. So this is the purple one. And like I said, no mirror in these guys, but the next ones that I have, which are a little bit bigger, do in fact have mirrors. So that is the Petite Fours. Now we will get into the Petite palettes. Now, one thing is that I found it kind of confusing to discern the difference between all the different palettes. So I will try my best to explain it. This is my first time buying from them. I don't have any affiliation with them, so I don't know anything about the differences, but I'll, from a normie's perspective, I'll kind of explain my thoughts. So yes, I have 2 here, and these are the 2 packages. The one I have is, or this one I have on my right hand, this is Petits Matte's Cool Original. I think that they have a regular cool as well. And then the other one that I have on my left hand, this one is the Petits Matte's Neutral. So yes, here are the 2. And let's go into the Cool Original first. So the packaging is kind of nice. It's like this cardboard. They actually do have colors on the back, which is why I didn't actually want to throw away the outside component because I actually want to reference these guys, although how often I'm going to reference them, I think rarely, but yes. So you just kind of pull it out like so, and it has the same sort of packaging as the Petite fours. So yes, you kind of have this pull tab, you pull it, and then you flip it. So yes, this one does have a mirror, which is really nice. And it has, let's see, 3x4, which is 12 colors here. So these are the cool originals. And yeah, they're really nice. I love how teeny tiny the components are. And I feel like some people think that's like not a great deal, but how often are you really like using up an entire pan of eyeshadow? Having all 12 colors in one small like little compartment is so nice. It's light, it's tiny, it's slim, so it can just fit anywhere. This is amazing. This, I probably should have talked about this last, but I would actually recommend, if you are buying it for yourself or other people, this is probably the perfect size. This is probably the ones I would recommend, the Petits. And yeah, because you just get everything. They're slim, you get the whole mirror, you get a bunch of colors, and yeah, just find whichever, you know, kind of color story works for you or your favorite color story, and yeah, have tons of fun. And the quality of them are excellent as well. And also, one thing I'll mention is I'll probably put in like little clips or something of, you know, all the different swatches for these guys. So yes, that is super exciting. I'm really happy with this. I gotta get a move on it because I have so many other palettes to share. So that is the Cool Original. Next one I have here, this is, like I said, the Petits Matte Neutral. So this one is, I think this one's a pretty big hitter just because it's a neutral palette. It's, you know, popular one. So same kind of component, and here it is. Here is the, you know, warmer tone ones. I will say that these ones are probably, this palette is probably the one that I'm gonna use the most because I feel like a lot of the colors work a little bit better with me. Although this red, I will say, is a little bit intimidating. I don't know how I'm gonna use it, but you know, maybe I'll try. Right now, it's probably back to its original price, but like I said, maybe circle back to this in the holidays, or if you are, I don't know if they ever run sales outside of the holidays, but you know, if there's ever the 50% off, you can always come back to this. So yes. Now the other one I didn't know if it's a petite because it doesn't say petite, but it is the Paris Edit. And this one also, I believe, is a really big popular one. This is what it looks like, same kind of component. And this one is like a medium tone pink, I would say, with a little bit of purple in it. This is definitely a little bit more pinkish tone leaning, and I feel like if you are a neutral kind of undertone, this will work a lot better for you. I'm definitely a little bit more warm tone, a little bit olive. So I don't know if this necessarily works for me, but I wanted to get a selection of different kind of color stories, so I just wanted more, to be honest. But yes, this is very nice. Again, it has a really nice mirror here. It's lightweight, it's easy. I love how just portable this is. I feel like I can easily just put it in like a bag and I am good to go. The last two palettes I have here, these are a little bit bigger. This is the first one that I have is the Violette Vespertine, I wanna say. Étendu. And yes, this is purple, and I think this one is the, yes, this one is the one that has, I don't know if my camera's gonna be able to catch it, but it has like a little bit of embossing, or is this debossing? I don't know if you can see that. I don't think it's anything in particular, it's just a pattern, but it has, oh, how do I get this? I don't know, I might have to do some close-ups, but it has this beautiful like pattern on it. Although this is the palette that kind of came to me a little bit not in perfect condition. It has a little bit like of sparkles on it from probably like another eyeshadow that spilled. So not amazing, but again, the downside is that you can't return them. Like I said, I think that they just don't allow returns at all. So you really have to make a commitment. That's why this commitment as my very first VISEART eyeshadows was definitely a big one, and I was definitely taking a risk. But you know, the quality of them are really good. They're buttery, you get the color payoff. They're beautiful eyeshadows. Like the colors of them are just awesome too. They're not like some pink that you'll never wear or some green that you'll never wear. The color selection is really, really nice. The quality is really, really nice. It's just not accessible to, you know, everyone. You have to go online and buy it, and you can't really swatch it in store. It's not like you can walk over to Sephora, you know, swatch it on your hands or anything like that. But yeah, so anyways, tangent over. We will open it again, and this one is very similar to the Petits, although the component is just slightly, ever so slightly bigger. So you get a little bit of a bigger mirror. I'm gonna try my best not to bounce this off of anything. Well, you can see my sprinkler there. Yes, so a little bit of a bigger mirror, and you get also a little bit of kind of larger pan sizes in this guy, but it's also 12 different eyeshadows. So that's why I was saying I think the petite ones are a little bit better, unless you have experience, you know, hitting pan and an actual eyeshadow component. I don't know, I feel like you don't really need like the bigger pans. I think that like most people kind of just, you know, can do away with a smaller one, because it's really, I don't know. I just don't know if I'm ever gonna use like all these eyeshadows to its completion. So yes, that's why there's so many like project pans on YouTube and such. So yes, this one is, as the name suggests, also a little bit more violet, but I don't think, let's see, let's compare it with the other one that I have that is also violet, or not violet, but on the purple side. So yes, these are the two purple palettes. Actually, a lot of these colors can like seamlessly slip into this eyeshadow palette and work really well. But yeah, these are my two purple leaning eyeshadows. And yeah, they're really nice. I think that despite my warmer complexion, I feel like I could, you know, I can use these. I feel like, you know, the level of intensity is there. So yes, I am excited to, you know, play around with these a little bit more. I have had a little bit of experience with them, and every single one that I've tried though has been really nice and buttery soft. So the last one I have, this one for some reason has a different component, like different packaging as the rest of them. The rest of them are like this, where they just come out of the like slip out, and this one is more of a traditional like box. I have it open because I already opened it, but this one is like a typical, you know, eyeshadow box. And yes, this is the Minxette. Minxette. It's probably a French thing that I cannot pronounce. Étendu. So yes, this one, because it's in the box like this, it's a little harder to take out of the packaging. This one is the one that you can definitely see the pattern. This one's beautiful as well. Like, look at that. It's so nice. It has this nice little pattern. It is on a kind of like darker coral, but then it has like this, you know, brownish red print on it. Very nice, very nice. But all of them open the same exact way, so you kind of flip it open like that. And yes, here is again the mirror, and here are the colors. This is up my alley too. Now, I did say the other one is my favorite, but this one I also really like. The only thing, like I said, is that these ones are bigger, but to be honest, it's really not that big in comparison. Like, if you think of like, what is it, the Natasha Denona, the midi palettes, those ones are huge. I wanted to carry it in, you know, my trip like last month, but it's just so big. It's just like, I don't think it's go anywhere besides just sitting in my home. But these ones I can easily just pack into a bag and be, you know, good to go. So yes, these are very, very nice colors. And probably for the next couple of videos, you're gonna see me all in these, although I don't know if I'll mention them, but yes. So these are all the eyeshadows. Again, they do have color names at the back, so if you want to reference them, I guess you could, but I don't know. Do I want to keep the boxes? I'm not really sure, but yeah. So here are all the eyeshadows. I'm super happy with them. They are top tier, I would gotta say. These are probably one of the best quality eyeshadows that I have tried. You get a ton of color payoff. You get beautiful colors. They're all like really, really wearable colors as well. And the packaging is so nice. I just have only high praise for all of these eyeshadows. The brand, I don't really know much about the brand, but you know, I don't know. They're just doing their thing. They're over there in the internet space, and they're just doing it well. So really, really happy with these. The only thing, like I said, is, you know, make sure that you pick an eyeshadow where the color story works for you, and I think that you'll only have success. So yeah. One thing I forgot to mention, oh, I almost like slip that out. One thing that I forgot to mention is that if you are shopping online, now that's how I did it, right? I shopped online. I tried to pick colors that I thought worked best for me. I will say consistently through all of the eyeshadow palettes that I have, I would say in person, the eyeshadows are slightly darker than the website pictures. So I'll try maybe to like show it here, but like there's consistently like the eyeshadow that I have in person, it looks a lot darker than what I saw online. There are like specific shades that are like more vibrant, more saturated, just darker in general. But that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. It is getting darker. I probably should have filmed this earlier, but maybe, I don't know if you can see the sparkliness in the eyeshadow. But yeah, it's a little hard to see, but trust me that they are very nice. If you are into eyeshadow, if you just wanna, you know, don't wanna go to the mainstream kind of places to get eyeshadow and want to go a little bit more indie, I don't know 100% if this is called an indie brand. I don't know what qualifies as an indie brand, but if you want to have some eyeshadows that are a little bit different from everybody else and you just get everything that you want, I think that this is a solid place to go. Just kind of hope, you know, that they have sales, because I don't know if I would pay like full price, just because I'm such a stingy customer. I only try to buy things that are on sale. But yes, highly recommend you check these out at least, or just pin or just save the ones that you like and like circle back to it when it comes to like a sale time. So yes, that's about it. So I'm gonna leave you here. Thank you so much for watching this little video, and yeah, have a great day. Bye.